Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, another Tyranid time update, and I've just finished doing all of the base coats on this second batch of minis. In the previous video, you probably remember I said that I wasn't quite sure exactly how I was going to paint these guys, so I thought I'd just run over exactly how I approached this, maybe for interest for you. So what I did is I went in and I painted everything that I knew was going to be painted. So I started off, did all of the scything talons, then I did all of the claws, and I did the feet, and then I started work on the sections that I wasn't quite sure about what I was going to do. Because after I'd laid down the basic colours, it sort of gave me a flavour of how they were starting to look, and I found that really useful. So let's have a closer look. First of all, I'll start with the Ravener. That's these guys here. Now, what I did, because the claws on some of these guys were actually sort of hiding the bodies quite a bit, I decided to go for quite a basic inside sections rather than painting the ribs and stuff, which sometimes I do on the Nids. I decided just to do like basically a line during those centre sections, but I think it's enough because of the yellow going across here. They've got rather large teeth. And obviously with these really big claws here, there's a lot of yellow in there to sort of soak up that black as such. But what I did do on the back is I did my butterfly effect, and I did that on all of them. They all have a different pattern, like so. I won't get them all out, but you get the idea. Yeah, really liking how these guys are looking. I think coming on quite nicely, and loving the minis. Now, I had 3 of these guys that had their mouths closed, which like that one, and then I had 3 with the mouth open, and I have to say that it was actually really difficult to paint their teeth. It's quite interesting really, because this jaw section, where it's sort of like opened in the middle, is actually very, very similar to the Morlock. And actually looking at, the more I looked at this, the more I thought it's like a mini Morlock with the sort of tail and stuff, you know, without no legs and stuff, so it's quite interesting. But anyway, yeah, I found the teeth quite difficult to paint because I had to paint on the inside, outside, all the way round. So it actually took me quite a long time. It took me about an hour and a half to paint the teeth on all 6 of those minis. Okay, so next up is the Lictor, or Lictors. So let's just make sure this is focusing. Right, so what I did on these, again, obviously after going through all the basics, is I did this sort of line going down the middle. Then I did my usual carapace design there, and then on the back, once again, I gave them the butterfly effect. It's quite cool on these guys because when they're leaning forward, you can actually see the butterfly effect like from that position, which is quite nice. Get the last one out. There's 3 of these guys. That's them. I'll take a few pictures so you can see these at the end. Right, so that's those, and then onto the Hive Guard. Now previously I said I wasn't a huge fan of the Hive Guard minis that I got, but now I've painted them, or painted the base coats. I have to say I'm loving these guys. The sculpts are totally different from any other Ned, you know, in terms of the armour and stuff. So they actually look a lot different to my normal paint scheme, but I think it works because after all, these guys, you know, they're looking after the Swarm Lord or your Tyrant Lord, Hive Tyrant. So, you know, they're supposed to be sort of hard as nails basically. So I gave them sort of the best that I could. I tried to paint them to look really, really hard, you know, really mean. So with these like legs here, where there's no design at all, they're just literally just like flat. So I added these 2 little sections there, and again with his chest I gave him like detail, and it's probably, as far as I'm aware, I think it's the only Nid that's got a 6-pack. Well, it's actually a 4-pack. So I painted this 4-pack up just to try and give him that sort of like really mean look. And then he's got these big shoulder pads, and again I just sort of I just highlighted the top there just to make it look like he's like really armoured. I gave him a little bit of a butterfly effect, not too much, but just on his back there, like so. And then the shields, it's quite interesting. I've actually got a couple of different design shields. but that is what I did for the shield. So I just put the Stinger colours on there, but basically kept them black. Now these shields here, I've worked out exactly what they're for. They are not to protect the Swarm Lord. No, no, no. These are to protect his mouth, so that no one can see how shocking his teeth is. Their teeth they're terrible. I had an awful time trying to actually paint the teeth. It's probably just the mould, you know, with the metal, etc. But it's so difficult to pick the teeth out. In the end, I had to overbrush them and then sort of black them back in afterwards. It was tough. I got there in the end, so they're there, they are painted, I'm happy with them. But yeah, they were a bit of a mission. I just get the last one out. So yeah, oops. Yep, they're heavy. Yeah, so those are the guards, that's how they're looking, and I'm really, really happy with them now, and I don't dislike them at all, so that's great as well. Right, next I need to do the second coat, which I don't have to do on the teeth, so it should be a little bit quicker to paint them. But yeah, hopefully you like them, and watch out for the next video. Thanks for watching.